She says, "I like how you refer to God's faithful people in the Old Testament as Christians. I can't recall hearing this before." And then she moves on and she has another question. I'm going to come to that. But it's this first part that I really want to get at here. "I like how you refer to God's faithful people in the Old Testament as Christians. I cannot recall hearing this before." Isn't that sad? That's how bad it's gotten. You remember the story where there's a king. He's young. And he's on a throne. He's just inherited the throne. And his father taught him a lot of what he was supposed to do with people and stuff. And he was pretty prepared to be king. What he wasn't prepared for was a couple of weeks after his coronation when one of the, magi, the priest guys, came bustling in, all freaked out. I mean, this guy was just, fight or flight. You ain't kidding me. He was wigged. And he's flapping his hands in the air and all this stuff. What is it? What is it? "We found a book," he says. "You found a book. All right, you found a book, right? Why are you interrupting me? Do I need to kill you now?" "We found a book in the basement of the sanctuary behind the most reverent places. We've never seen it before. It's dusty and filled with cobwebs, but you need to hear this. You, King, you need to hear this." And he goes and he has the whole book read to them, and it's the 5 books of Moses, the Torah, and he goes, "Oh, I can't say it right, Bapu. Oh my goodness." And he repents. He repents, and he starts to put it into practice. And in his day, the feasts were not celebrated. I should say it this way. Before his day, the feasts were not celebrated with such accuracy and reverence, even at the times of Solomon, it says. We're in that time. We're in that time where the book is buried in a dusty closet in the bottom of the temple. And I know you got guys with 50,000, 80,000, 200,000 people watching them every single Sunday, and they got a Bible in their hand and it's wide open like this. Can I do it on the camera? "Oh, and I'm going to say this much just for you." It's a closed book. You don't know that the Old Testament people are Christians? It's a closed book. I'm not saying there aren't Christians out there in these churches being taught this who are still Christians. There are. The marvelous beauty of the gospel and Jesus is that he does save people through the midst of this stuff. His word is that powerful. His resurrection, death, resurrection, knowing that is that powerful. I'm just saying, if the teachers can't teach you that the Old Testament people were Christians, then what are they going to teach you from the Old Testament that is of any value to you and is not utterly poisoned from the beginning? And the answer is not a thing, because there's no more clear thing to know than that the Old Testament people of God were waiting for Jesus, and the New Testament people of God are waiting for Jesus too, having seen his first coming. Know what I'm saying? So I also had not heard this. And this is not the first time I've had somebody say to me, "Pastor, I've been a Lutheran my whole life. I've never heard that once." I've had that said to me multiple times. You know what's so stunning to me? It's like, well, it's in the Small Catechism, right? It was right there. You memorized it. Oh, I don't remember that. Well, whose fault is that? No, all of the above, I think, is the answer there.